We are here today in Heidelsheim, Germany, in Baden-Württemberg, and we've got Carolyn, who did a youth exchange year in 2011
and 12.
and 12. And so we've had a little time since then, and tell me a little bit about who you were then and who you are now.
Who was I back then? I guess just a girl going to school and not knowing much about the world. Let's put it that way. But I think it started opening my mind for new perspectives, new people, new countries, different way of lives.
Yeah.
And I think that was the start of the journey, I'd say.
And so in what ways did that year guide you? What about that year has sort of changed the course of your life?
I think before I was really into the people that I lived with here. I had my schedule, my sport events that I did. And when I went to America, I actually thought this is going to be a chance to be someone completely new. So I was open to say yes to everything that was offered to me. And I guess that actually changed a lot. So I tried a lot. I met a lot of new people. I saw great places. I joined great party or festivals or barbecues, kind of like that.
Yeah.
And, just being open to new stuff and, that positivity about new, situations. That's something I didn't have before, and that's something I really wanted for this year.
Okay. And you've brought it forward into your life now.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, go backwards 1 second. So you came from Heidelsheim, and
Yes.
where did you go?
I went to Milwaukee, or let's say Brookfield, which is really close to Milwaukee. And actually that's where I stayed for the whole year.
Okay. How many host families did you have?
Three.
Any particular memories from your time there that stand out 12, 13 years later that you say, oh my God, I'll never forget?
I'm pretty sure that there are so many that I would not be able to tell all of them. But so... A year before I went to America, we had an exchange student from France, and he joined our class for like half a year. And when I went to America, from Rotary, we get to meet other exchange students. And then there was this girl from France, and we became friends. And then after half a year, she invited me to her place. And she said she's going to invite some other students from her school, not only Rotary, but just some students. And I walked into her house, and then there was this exchange student that was in my class half a year before I went to America. And I was like, what are you doing here? Like, I did not expect at all to see him.
It's a small world, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah.
And I was like, what are you doing here? And he's the same, basically.
Yeah.
That was a really fun moment, because we just didn't know it at all.
Yeah.
And, just like some stuff that happened accidentally, but I don't know, it just stuck to my head.
Yeah. And I do think those are the things that you make these connections that you don't know when you're going to reconnect.
Yes.
But
you are somehow.
But you will.
That's
right?
something that life taught me. You're going to meet them again.
Well, and so this is a great example of that. So Carolyn was not our Rotary Exchange student, but we met her because her sister was our Rotary Exchange student.
10?
10, I think, when you
first
came
met?
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it was 10.
I think so too. I think so too. And I think about the you we knew at 10 and the you we know now.
Barely spoke English back then.
You barely spoke English back then. So talk a little bit about your English. You speak English absolutely fluently and beautifully now. Beautifully.
I love the language.
You do?
Yeah. I've always liked the sound of it, so
Okay.
I was excited to learn English in school already, but then going to America, of course, improving my English, that was really, really helpful. Also, it's still helpful in my life right now because I'm, work-wise, I have a lot of contact with people from all over the world, and it just makes it really easy for me to speak English. Most of the time I don't have to think a lot about it.
It's natural now.
It becomes natural, kind of. So I do use it a lot.
What kind of work are you doing?
I'm an engineer, and I'm working for a company that builds electrical gear motors and frequency inverters and all that kind of stuff that you need for that. And I help in setting them up or solving problems on a customer side, which is very exciting, and you get to see a lot of different industries, which is absolutely amazing, all over the world, basically.
Yeah, and so, talk about, because I've heard about some of your travel and that you work from an office sometimes, but you're out on sites a lot.
Yeah, that's basically it. So, tomorrow I'm going to be on a site as well, but there are days, I plan on going to the office and I get a call and they're asking me to go somewhere, so I do that. Basically, I don't know what's going to happen today.
And you're a planner, so you do okay with that.
I am doing okay with it. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your host families and what did they do that was just spot on right that made your experience fabulous?
All of them were perfect, and they were different in their ways, but giving me the opportunity to stay with them and having all those experiences, I think is the biggest, how am I going to say that? Like, it was a big deal for me that they're offering me to stay with them and live with them and being also integrated, and that's something I really appreciate. I was not the exchange student. I was just part of their family, which I think is absolutely amazing. I don't want any extra treatment. I just want to be part of their family or feel like that, and that they all did really well with it. So that was a great experience.
From your exchange year, are there people that you're still in touch with?
Yeah. I think it gets hard because 12 years is quite a long time. And but from time to time we chat on not WhatsApp, iMessage or something like that, or FaceTime. So I do that with my last host family a lot, and they have visited me 2 years ago. So we're still a bit in contact, but not every day.
What about friends that you made that year? Any friends that you're still in touch with?
Unfortunately not, but I think they themselves are not in touch as well because they're spread all over the US. So unfortunately not.
Yeah. I think that's a natural part of the experience in real life and in exchange life.
Yeah, but I could imagine if we all came back together in this group, in this setting, that would be absolutely amazing. That would be so perfect.
Yeah, I think it would be.
Yeah.
And that, I would tell you, would be worth doing hey, I'm just shouting out and trying to find all of you all, and wouldn't it be fun too?
Yes, it would,
That's great. If you had messages to send to your exchange families, what would you say to them?
To my actual, a big, huge thank you for all they did for me, for letting me stay there, doing all the, extra stuff, for giving me the experience, and also taking me to places where not everyone would be, but they know it, and also being part of their families, or let's say the wider range of it, and seeing barbecues or just meeting their friends, attending their life. that's just absolutely amazing. They did a wonderful job with it. So thank you would be like those words.
Yeah. Thank you is always a big deal, right? But yeah. Do you think you realized at the time how grateful you would be 13 years later?
I don't know.
I think it's a lot to expect of 16-year-olds to have that kind of foresight.
Well, I don't know if I can answer it, but thinking back, you know, having that mindset, trying everything that's being offered to me is a big deal, I guess, and you could kind of put it that way. That I will take everything that's being offered to me.
Yeah. If you were to give advice to future exchange students, what would you say to them?
Be open-minded. You know, try everything and test, you know, everything and try to get the experience. Don't think too much about home if you feel homesick, because it goes by so fast, really. And you're always going to return. But you're probably never going to return or come back in this setting. So just enjoy as much as you can.
I think that's beautiful. Yeah. So, do you have any contact with Rotary at this point?
I sometimes have contact with my contact person there.
Okay, you do.
Yes.
Yeah. And have you been affiliated with Rotary in any way?
Not lately, not back here in Germany. You know, when I got back to Milwaukee, I always try to attend a Rotary meeting, which is great.
Yeah.
It's awesome. But not here in Germany.
Okay, so what's the difference? Why Milwaukee? Why not Germany?
I guess I just didn't have a lot of contact with Rotary here in Germany.
Okay.
So I applied and everything, that was fine, but when I went to America, I attended the Rotary meeting every Friday morning, and it was so much fun, basically. So, yeah, I just have a bigger connection with the American one.
Okay. So, can I ask an honest question? Because I have gone to some meetings in different parts of the world, and sometimes German Rotary clubs can be very formal feeling, and sometimes they can be very male feeling.
Yes.
What is your club here like?
Basically exactly this.
Is it? Is
yeah.
it?
I mean, back then when I went there, I was 14 years old.
Yeah, when you applied, right?
Yes. And so they were all really friendly.
Sure.
Cannot say anything bad about it, but just like you described.
Yeah. I think as Rotarians, it's important for us to recognize how we're perceived, and that, you know, asking a 14-year-old young lady to come into a group of suit and tie men who are over the age of your grandparents, perhaps.
Maybe not, but definitely older than me.
Yeah. That can be kind of intimidating and kind of no connection.
Well, it's a good preparation for life, because
Because in the work world, right?
it can happen everywhere. But yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
It was a lot different in the United States. So they were older people than me, because in the time that I was in America, I was 16 years old. So
Sure.
they were older than me, but they were super happy, you know. In the morning, we had breakfast, and then we told stories. We had something called Sad Finds, Happy Finds, where everyone just had, you know, some minutes where they can talk about something, and they put up like a little donation for it. That was, and they actually had some really fun stories to tell.
Yeah.
It was always, you know, a time where we laughed a lot, and that just really stuck in my head.
Yeah.
That happy and very, let's say, informal meeting, because it was just happy.
That's
a lot
really
of
great.
laughing.
So, what's the name of that club?
It's the Elmbrook Rotary Club.
Elmbrook Rotary Club, outside of Milwaukee. You're doing things right.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And make sure that your exchange students, I bet they're already doing this, but your exchange students, when they come back from their year abroad, I hope that you're following them and inviting them back to Rotary.
But I have to say, they always had people in the club talking about not only exchange students, but all the kinds of stuff Rotary does, you know, visiting other countries, helping people.
Yeah.
I remember one guy telling about friends somewhere else in the world that they had a lot of water, like flooding, and they
Okay.
just needed stuff. So he organized something, and that was just great because that was the connection.
Yeah, it was an immediate response to a
Yes.
problem in the world, and
Amazing.
Yeah, that is amazing. Is there anything else you would want to say about your year, the people?
I think for host families in general, don't put up don't make it too special. Just let the people or the exchange students attend in your life. Don't make it too different from your normal life. I would appreciate that very much.
I think that's such an interesting perspective. I don't think we hear that very often, and we, as host families, we probably do feel like we want to show you everything, we want to give you everything, we want to do everything. But
Which is great, absolutely. But also, you know, just an example. When one day when I got up, we had a list of stuff that we kids had to do. One had to clean the floor, the other one had to clean the bathroom. So, and I was just listed there as well. So I was part of that whole family.
Yep.
And that's something I liked a lot because I did not have extra treatment.
Absolutely. I think that's a really great example of build me into your life.
Yeah.
Don't keep me from washing toilets. We all wash toilets, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I use it as
exactly.
well.
Yeah, I use it as well. You're awesome. Okay. Personal life, you are in kind of a changing place right now?
Yeah, well, there's a lot going on actually. Of course, I'm working a lot right now, but also we're planning a wedding, which is a fun thing to do. And also we are rebuilding our house, so there is a lot to do right now. We are busy, but it's all fun stuff that we are looking forward to.
It's a good life space, right?
Very exciting.
Yeah. When's the wedding?
In November.
Okay, there you go. That's all we need. That's all we need. November of 2025.
Yes.
Yes.
It's gonna be a winter wedding.
That's gonna be beautiful.
I think so too.
Great. Great. Yeah. I am really glad you had a positive Rotary experience.
I really did.
Yeah. Okay.
And
so,
not only that, also with the whole district, like they always had meetings where we met all the other students that were in America at the time. Absolutely amazing. So I got to know a lot of people from all over the world being exchange students in America, in Milwaukee, basically. Not only Milwaukee, but Wisconsin.
Okay.
Great. Really
That's super.
Yeah.
That's really super. I love a good Rotary story. I love it. Thank you.
Thanks, Rotary.
Yeah, thanks, Rotary.